The year was 2023, and the biggest problem on planet Earth was people being fed up with the sheer lack of podcasts available, particularly ones hosted by comedians and social media influencers.
How am I supposed to know what to think about stuff?
You could form your own opinion.
That, dude.
A brave couple named Luke and Meg decided to be pioneers of change and stepped up to do what was right.
We should start a podcast.
That would be cool. And thus history was set in stone. Luke Kidgel and Meg Archibald started a weekly podcast, but their heroics were not done.
If we're gonna have a podcast, we should help people.
Yeah, we should help people.
We could help fix the climate crisis.
We could help solve world hunger.
We could probably have a crack at ending the conflict in Ukraine.
Oi, Putin, you dog!
Nah, that sounds too hard.
Oh, yeah.
Luke, I've got it.
What?
We could help people get ready for the weekend.
Okay. Yes. Okay. And thus history was actually set in stone. Luke Kidgel and Meg Archibald would start a weekly podcast named Weekend Ready to help listeners correctly launch into their weekends.
Let's go!
No one else had the courage to talk about themselves into microphones for roughly 45 minutes a week except Luke and Meg. A true selfless act, and an origin story certainly worth documenting with voiceovers and intense music. The time has come, people. The time has come to get ready for the weekend. Yeah.
Luke and Meg, Luke and Meg, Luke and Meg. I love you.
Just audibly jerking ourselves off. Oh, we weren't recording. No, I'm kidding, we were.
Oh, you dog.
Classic first prank of the show, first prank.
Oh, fuck, you got me. Welcome to the very first episode of Weekend Ready with Luke and Meg. Let's go.
Well done.
Woo! Yeah. Yes, every Friday we are getting you ready for the weekend.
Thank you very much for joining us for this first episode.
We are very excited.
You know what I realised? This is the most fun part about this episode.
Ooh,
because it will be the first time that, hopefully, that it never happens.
Yeah.
There's no pressure.
No.
Because we have no fans yet.
No.
No one's ever listened to this podcast.
No. This
is kind of just for us.
It could just be us watching it.
And even still, we might have listeners. It doesn't mean we necessarily have fans. People could turn this on and be like, not for me.
Let's hope that it's not that.
Hopefully that's not the case.
Hopefully they're like, this is awesome.
But it might take a few eps to get into it. And if you are thinking of, say if you maybe get to the 28-minute mark where we, may be honest, might hit a lull. 'Cause that's half an hour away, almost. If you get to that point, you're thinking of dipping out. You're like, if you're thinking this is not for me.
Yeah.
Don't be a quitter.
Yeah.
Give us 38 minutes and then fucking bail. I don't care.
Give us one episode. That's all we asked for, just one.
I can't wait to now look at the retention statistics on our podcast app, and you see the dip at 38 minutes.
The direct at 38-minute mark, it just crashes.
Now, we have a lot to get through.
We
First
do have
step,
a lot. Yes.
Busy schedule. Firstly, I'm Luke.
I'm Meg.
Would have been a curveball if it was the other way around.
God, imagine that. I'm Luke.
We didn't run with any intro music.
Nah, we're raw dogging it.
Thought we'd raw dog it, get in there.
Get straight in there, you know?
Bear back the first episode right from the start so we have a closer connection with you, the listener.
Oh, this is all sounding very not like the podcast, but...
Who gives a shit? We don't have any listeners yet.
Right.
We can say whatever the fuck we want.
True that.
Oh, and we're a couple.
Oh, yeah. Forgot to mention that. We're not siblings. I just thought I'd put that out there because we have been mistaken quite a few times in the past.
It's shocking. It is true. It's shocking.
Fuck you, Tyler. You're one of the people that mentioned it.
Yeah. It's shocking how many times people bring that up in my comment section. Whenever Meg and I are at a wedding and we post a nice photo, Meg's in a nice dress.
They're like, oh, that's such a lovely
I'm in
family
a suit,
photo.
and all the comments are just like, your sister's hot, bro. Anyway, it's good stuff. Well done, lads.
It's dumb
Keep it up.
brain, but we like it here. So
I
whatever.
would like to feature on the Siblings Are Dating Instagram page. That'd be great.
I've been trying for
You've been
so long. Yeah.
submitting
Dude,
personal
who do you
photos.
think's been submitting the photos?
Yeah.
How do you think people are knowing about this? You know?
So yeah, this podcast is supposed to get you ready for the weekend.
Which is why we created this beautiful turn up and wind down wheel.
We have a spinning wheel that's primary purpose is to decide which mindset we're all heading in to the weekend with. Because obviously this podcast is every Friday, once a week. That's when the episodes are dropping.
Yes.
And as we said earlier, we're going to get you ready for the weekend.
Hells yeah, we are.
Now, what do I have planned this weekend? I think I'm catching up with the parents. Might see some friends. I honestly had a big weekend last weekend. We had Blake's 21st.
Yeah.
We drove back from Sydney. I wouldn't mind a wind down weekend, personally.
Look, I wouldn't I wouldn't mind a wind down weekend, but also if it says turn up,
I was going to say, but
then I might have a chalky milk, Luke, and you know that I'm lactose intolerant, so
That's
is
crazy.
Quite intense. Yeah. Yeah, pretty
For our
crazy.
toilet's sake, let's hope it's wind down.
Yeah, all right.
You can do the first
Can I do the first one?
So we're going to spin the wheel. For audio listeners, it's a 50-50 chance of wind up and turn down. This wheel was expensive. This is the first ever spin. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Can
I spin it?
Well, maybe comment below if you're watching on YouTube what you'd prefer, and then maybe edit your comment, I guess, if you're happy with the result.
Edit the comment.
Or you don't, maybe don't have to. Okay, go.
All right, ready?
Are we turning up for the first episode, or are we winding down? We're winding down. Oh, guys, sorry, too much on that. Bit of an underwhelming start. We were kind of hoping we'd turn up for the first episode. It's all right, guys. This is going to be the most chilled out first episode of a podcast you've ever listened to. I'm glad, to be honest, because I've had a lot on recently. We just filmed the special in Brisbane. I filmed a comedy special. It's been a hectic. I didn't really have time off, so this is maybe what I needed.
Well, I don't know about. Look, I think I look pretty fire when I wound down. Then, so
You look great.
I was definitely more prepared for the wind down. I realized I had the shades, kicked the legs up. And I've also already got my Meg mug with me. So,
Arrogant.
well, I don't think it's arrogance. I think it's just a good mug. So,
You're drinking out of a mug with your face on it that you commissioned.
doesn't
and
everyone
sell.
do that? Does everyone not do that?
No.
No one else does
Actually,
that?
you bought me a mug with my face on it once.
Yeah, but only I drink out of it.
It was such a stitch up when we.
pretty good mug.
We weren't even dating yet. I reckon we were just like we just knew each other.
No, it was the
DMing.
first birthday. No, it was the first.
The photo was from when we weren't dating yet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was in America and I was in LA and I grew my facial hair out and then I didn't shave it until I was walking down Hollywood Boulevard. What's it called?
Yeah.
What's the main strip called in
LA?
where the Chinese museum is?
The Chinese theatre.
Theatre. Is it not called the Chinese Museum? Oh, sorry, that's a venue in Melbourne.
Chinese museum.
Sorry. No, that's a venue at the comedy festival. Sorry,
It's like one of the biggest venues. Like,
The comedy festival.
Yeah, I think so.
is it actually?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Amos Gill used to do a show there.
Oh yeah, like in the
Yeah, I think we've
downstairs
been there.
basement part.
I think so. It's called, is it a venue? What am I thinking of?
Okay, well,
There's the Greek Center. There's a lot of weird cultural.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking of. Yeah, so
right,
the Chinese theater, is that, what's that street called? Hollywood Boulevard?
Isn't it? Yeah,
Or is
it's
it
Hollywood
called-
Boulevard. It's the boulevard. Isn't it called like the
It's
Boulevard
where all
Walk?
the star of
stars are.
Shrek is.
The one star that you come up with. You could have just said the Hollywood stars, and you were like, nah, the Shrek star, the
Oh,
Shrek
I
star.
was trying to think of an A-lister, which is Shrek. Hollywood Boulevard, right.
Yeah, Liddy.
I grew my facial hair out so much. And when I grow my facial hair, it's gets gingery and gross.
It was bad.
And someone looked at me and asked if I was okay.
They
and
thought
then
you were
looked at the
homeless.
other homeless guy and started fishing to their wallet. And I'm not joking, and I walked straight into a pharmacy and bought a shaver. I was like, that's not a good look. And then I used to have this brown jacket that I thought was cool.
Yeah.
But everyone told me it was freaking lame.
Yeah.
I did a gig in New York that same trip and I bombed.
In the jacket?
I did. I performed at the comic strip. I did shit. My mate Joseph crushed.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, they don't get my humor. I'm Australian. They just don't understand. And then my Australian mate went after me and just murdered. And then I get off stage and the woman that ran the room,
Yeah.
her name was Gladys. I'll never forget this. She was like, your material's not bad. It's the way you present yourself. You look fucking homeless. And
You got told by a person named Gladys.
she was like 70 and ran this like open mic room. And she's like people in New York might even know her. I don't even know if she's still alive, but she runs like
I'm
a
sure
Monday
Gladys
night
is
or
still
some shit at
kicking
the
it.
comic strip.
Fuck, that is brutal that
Yeah.
you got told that.
And then a week later, someone tried to give me a coin, and then I was like, all right.
Okay, enough's enough. Okay.
And then getting back to the point of the story, during the shaving process,
Yes.
I was doing the bit, I guess, where you shave different styles because I'd never really grown my facial hair out that long. So I did sideburns, sent a pic to Meg, then did a goatee, sent a pic to Meg. And then when I got up to the handlebar mustache phase of the bit, I sent a photo to Meg. 2 months later, fast forward to my birthday, I get given a mug with that picture on it. And it's like a Western themed wanted poster.
He's got like the razor rash as well going on in the photo.
Yeah.
It's like a high def pic on the mug. It was brutal. It was the first one I'm pretty sure my mum unwrapped in our new house as well. And she was like, the fuck is this?
Yeah. So I do have a mug with my face on it.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Now, so we're winding down.
We're winding down.
So that was a bit too fun. Can
Settle
we just
down,
chill out a
everyone.
bit?
Okay.
That anecdote felt like a turn up. I was pumped to tell it.
No. We're settling in. We're settling in.
That's better.
Okay. We've taken a deep breath. I think it's time to go into the next part of our podcast.
I had an idea for a service I'd like to provide to hopefully our community, if we have one. We don't know yet. This does require listeners, so I guess this will be like a good gauge to see if anyone heard this.
God, I hope we get some listeners.
We have some submissions already from our Patreon Discord, which you can join if you want to be a part of the Luke and Meg Patreon. That is the best way to support the show at the moment because we forgot to get a sponsor. We wanted to come on and say like, oh, we didn't want to sell out and we would never do that. That is
we do. We couldn't find one.
not the case at all. We would
We
love
do.
to make cash off
We
this.
would love that.
No one emailed Manscaped. Oh, beep that. Oh. But we will.
Oh my God.
We will.
Yeah, we'll get to it. One thing at a time.
But the service I want to provide is
Yes.
it's been a constant thing. Now, we'll get to you in a sec for this because I don't know how many people give you one, but a lot of people trying to sign me doppelgängers frequently. Pretty much 70% of my Instagram DMs are just photos of stock white dudes on the back of buses and bus stops going, is this you? And it's always like an insurance ad. People think I look like the Yui guy a lot.
Oh,
which is
you do. Oh my God, it's Jason Bourne.
The most common ones I get told I look like Eddie Redmayne, who the first time I've realized this, I used to have a bit about it.
Yeah.
Someone walked up to me on a train and said, hey man, did you know that you look like Stephen Hawking?
Oh yeah, that's brutal.
And I was like, what? And then I realized afterwards that Eddie Redmayne, the actor, plays Stephen Hawking in the film The Theory of Everything.
He looks like the young Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, could have opened with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got up.
You look like Stephen Hawking. That is such a shock factor. You're like, what?
I was insulted. I know. I got out of my wheelchair, I cleaned up my dribble, and I was like, how dare you, sir? That is disgusting. You don't treat strangers like that. So,
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
and the second one I get is Joe from the Netflix show You,
Yeah.
and he's a serial killer / stalker.
You actually look like quite a few of them.
Ted Bundy, I get a bit.
Yeah. There's a few white serial killers that you look like.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I'm like,
Which is a bit sus. Where were you on the night of Thursday, the 20th of September?
why? What happened? Turning this pod into a game of Cluedo. But yeah, I get a lot of doppelgangers, and I actually think it's fun. Like, it's a fun part of my life. And it made me realize, I was thinking about this recently, I was like, some people just don't look like anyone.
No.
And I think
they're in a league of their own. I don't think it's true, though. I think everyone has somewhat of a doppelganger, even if it's a hybrid.
Who do people say you look like?
Okay, well, this is a little bit traumatic for me because my year 5 teacher said that I looked like Dory.
The fish?
The fish. She said that I looked like a fish, and I was like, I don't know if that's a nice thing or not. And I was like, are you insulting me, or are you like...
I think you have like...
Do I look like a fish?
Similar personality characteristics to Dory in the sense that...
Mainly the dementia, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we both do. We were looking for my car keys, Phoebe and I, yesterday for 30 minutes until at the end I was like, I reckon Meg's just taken them. And then I call you, you don't pick up because why would you?
Because I do that. Why would I answer a phone? Why would I do that?
That would convenience everyone around you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you call me like an hour later and you're like, oh, I'm just calling you to say I'm so sorry, I have your keys.
Yeah, but you know when I found out that I had the keys, I went out for like a solid 2 hours and I came back and it wasn't until I got to the front door and I was like, oh, I don't have any keys to get in. And then I feel my pocket. I'm like, oh, I have keys in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I take them out. And I'm like, oh, for some reason I took Luke's keys. I wasn't driving his car. There was no purpose for me taking his keys. I just took the keys.
No, that is Dory.
My big dum-dum brain was like, where do I need to go? I need coaster. Okay. Like, there's no purpose for this. I just need it.
Yeah. Meg just wanders around the house with things.
Yeah.
Because Phoebe's like, oh, don't you have a spot in your house for keys? I was like, we don't have a spot in the house for anything. Like, we just, like, sometimes I find knives in the other drawer.
Oh, yeah.
And I put them there. I'm like, I remember that. I just thought I would put a knife there.
Yeah, no, sometimes I take cutlery into the bedroom for some reason. I don't know why though. I don't need anything. I think I'm like getting my dinner ready and then I'll be like, oh, I need something from the bedroom. So I'll take my little fork and then I'll put it down in the bedroom somewhere and then I'll go back out and I'll be like, oh, where did I put a fork? Get a new one out and then I'll like stab myself in the hand in the morning with a fork because I'll be like, why is there a fork on my bedside table?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's valid.
Yeah.
It's valid.
So people said you look like, that's the only doppelganger?
Yeah, I think that was...
Well, maybe the audience could help me out here. I don't really know who you look like.
I look like Meg.
Comment below, send us an email. Oh, have we figured out what the pod email is yet?
Tyler actually had... Tyler used... I don't know if this has any... I don't know if this has any resemblance, but I think I stick my neck out a lot when I like walk and talk and stuff. Yeah. And so is that how you got the nickname The Bird for me?
We used to call Meg the Bird.
Tyler did used to call me.
Yeah, and I think is it because of that?
I think you have the characteristics of a bird.
And I also like resting. Dude,
RBF.
I kind of do. I have RBF. Hi, my name's Meg, and I suffer from RBF.
No, I think you have
bird face.
I don't want you to take this the wrong way. You have the mannerisms of a bird.
Yes.
Yeah, that's I've been told that not even only by you. I think I've been told that by quite a few people.
Yeah.
Just like okay, I think because my mouth is always partly open, so I'm like.
It's also a self-burn because I chose to date. I'm choosing and still chosen and did chose and.
Did chosen.
Did chosen.
I have done chosen this bird.
I've done chosen to date you. So
at our wedding, they're like, "Do you doth choose Meg to be your lawfully wedded bird?"
Yes. I'm like,
I've got a good pterodactyl. I know. Thank you. Yeah. I do voices, and I'm very good at bird voices.
You do a really good Yoshi too.
Yoshi, wow, wow.
See?
Ow, wow, wow, wow.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
We kind of know each other's strengths.
We kind of fire like that. Yes, but everyone, I think, has a doppelganger. I'm not sure what mine perfectly is.
No, I don't think everyone has one, but I think everyone deserves one. Yeah. So as a service, And we've got a few submissions already, but you can now. Do we have a podcast email? Currently, no. We haven't
No, we
figured
do.
out.
We've got Luke and Meg. Are we still going with the Luke and Meg pod?
We briefly discussed it, and then we said we'll continue talking about that tomorrow.
And then we never did it, and now we're filming the podcast and we're working it out on camera.
Okay, so for the moment, DM the Luke and Meg Instagram page and go follow it while you're there. Submissions,
That would be nice.
if you want to be a part of this segment, we want to assign people a doppelganger who have never had the chance, who have never been told they look like anyone before. If you look exactly like Ray Romano, for example, don't send us a picture of yourself because we'll just be like, right, well, it's clear that you look like
Ray Romano.
For example, Reese, we can put up a photo here who works for us. He looks a lot like Booney, the cricket player when he was younger. Right? David Boone, a very famous Australian cricketer. Because he has like quite pronounced mustache. And when you have like a VB in your hand, it is uncanny. And I get it all the time, so I don't feel the need to, have more people assign, because people assign me new lookalikes every day.
Yeah,
Phoebe, do you ever get any?
Yeah,
Sometimes I get like a Ziegler.
Ziegler.
Oh, yeah.
Who's a Ziegler?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Dance Mums?
No.
You know, like the singer Elastic Heart?
Yeah.
You know, with Shia LaBeouf and a little girl dancing in the wig?
If I knew Dance Mum's characters, that would be the problem here.
You would.
I think. What is Dance Mums a reality show or a movie?
It's a reality show,
Okay.
but it was a reality show.
I just didn't know it was like Step Up, but like a mum version.
you would definitely know. You would see them and be like, oh
They're
yes, I
dancing
know
in
them.
the puddles. Great. So we have some submissions which came from our Patreon Discord, which is the $15 tier, I believe.
Yes.
So there's two tiers, we should probably say. We're
Yeah, so
jumping around a
there's
bit.
two tiers. So we've got one tier which is $5, and that one you have access to our Patreon only podcast, which is called Week Ready with Luke and Meg, and we will drop that on a Monday and get you ready for the week, ready for your work week, whatever you guys do. We're gonna get you pumped up or whatever.
I reckon that's a constant wind down.
Yeah,
Comes out on
I think
Monday.
it's constant wind down, to be honest.
Let's not
but-
pretend like anyone's excited to go back to the week.
Well, that's the thing. We want to hopefully get you looking forward to something on a Monday.
I'll be manually spinning the wheel on the Patreon app and putting it to wind down.
Every single time.
Unless something crazy happens. But yes, there's going to be one public episode a week, one extra Patreon episode a week. So if you want 2 episodes from us, it'll be week ready on the Monday. Weekend ready will be public for everyone. All right. So we want to assign people doppelgangers. We had some submissions. We'll put pictures up. Now, I understand this is a very visual segment. So if you are an audio listener, and if we haven't already hit the 38-minute mark, it's compulsory, if you're not a quitter, to head over to the YouTube to participate in this. If you're in the car, you're in the tram and you can't, we'll just do our best to describe the people to you, and you'll get a gist of what they look like anyway. So this first one was sent in by Darcy, who's part of our Discord. I'm putting up the photo now. I'm showing Meg.
Yeah.
By the way, we have to specify, we did say you must be comfortable with a light roasting, because I don't know if I can do this segment in a way that doesn't hurt feelings. I don't think I have that ability at this point. I think Darcy, he's kind of got like the generic white guy look.
Yeah.
Clean cut brown hair. I don't want to offend Darcy, but I also said must be prepared for a light roasting. And he said, mate, you can make me a fucking brisket. So he was ready to get slammed. So I'm going to go all in. If I'm being honest, Darcy, I think he looks like Augustus Gloop had a glow up.
He looks like Augustus Gloop just literally grew into himself.
He's not getting stuck in any pipes. He's slinging pipe, brother. You know how Neville Longbottom had the glow up at the end of Harry Potter? He kind of looks like that was his character arc. If you know what I mean? Like Augustus Gloop, they got him off the chockies. You know what I mean?
Him off the chockies.
That's all I'm saying.
I think he looks like a hybrid of that and Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, put a top hat on him. Can you Photoshop
Put
a top hat on him?
that guy. I reckon he's the cricket. I
Jiminy
reckon
Cricket.
it's Alen. I reckon he's the cricket.
For some reason, he kind of looks like, it's not a specific person, so it's not really the point of the game, but he kind of looks like a bully in like a primary school film.
Yeah.
Like maybe like I haven't
But like
seen.
a lame one that hits the books out and
can't-
goes,
People
then
can
walks
comment
away.
below, I guess, of who they think Darcy looks like. But I mean, I've met Darcy before at a bunch of shows.
Yeah.
So I know what he looks like in person. He doesn't give off that energy at all in person. He's a
No.
lovely guy.
no.
But appearance wise, if he like gave someone a wedgie and said, you know, what of it, punk, as he walked away, it's not a very good bully line.
That's really bad.
I don't think I'd be a very good bully, you know. I'm a good adult bully.
Yeah, you're pretty
Like I'm good
I
at
mean,
hurting
that,
someone's feelings to the core.
you basically like, didn't you build
But-
a career off that?
Yeah.
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 Professional.
Literally. Yeah.
So do we have one? So we're going with glowed up Augustus Gloop or Jiminy Cricket.
No, a hybrid. Like a white Jiminy Cricket.
Okay.
I reckon he looks like Bindi Owen's husband.
Bindi Owen's husband. Oh, that's a good shout.
That is a good one.
I've sent a picture in the.
Yeah, no, I know
Oh,
what he
that's
looks
good.
like. I follow the Irwins. It's
Yeah.
such a wholesome follow, the Irwins on Instagram.
God, I know.
It's great. Robert Irwin
Wow.
has got to be one of my favorite humans in the world.
Dude,
I made
he had a glow up. Woo.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's the king of glow ups.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say glow up, he grew up.
Yeah. He just got older.
How old is he?
I think he's 19 now.
Oh, people have been calling him hot for at least 2 years.
All right, there's a
Really? I swear girls were crushing on him when he was 17.
So Lee sent in a photo of himself.
Yeah.
I think he looks like the stick insect from A Bug's Life, Slim.
Yeah, if you fuck Severus Snape, maybe. I reckon he has the chin of Benedict Cumberbatch, and I can't figure out why. But only maybe him as Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like Doctor Strange if he just had no power.
He's going
What did you say, Tyler?
I see it like Scar from the Lion King and Adam Driver fucked him.
Scar from The Lion King if you fucked Adam Driver. He does reek of Kylo Ren energy. He kind of also looks like a villain. Why do our Discord members just look like villains at this stage? No, Darcy looked like a primary school bully. Yeah, Lee looks like again, I've met Lee before at a show. He's a great guy.
Yeah. These
Cannot
are all
stress
good
this
people.
enough.
I feel so bad slamming them, but
That's
I'm
fine.
also
People
like,
call me a serial killer on a regular basis.
yeah, but that's valid. No.
Is this rude? Young Filch from Harry Potter? Oh, yeah, no, that was too far. Never mind, everyone.
That is
Hey, we never got to see Filch when he was a hunk. We only saw him as an old fucking hag. Sorry, I'm referring to the groundskeeper in Harry Potter, by the way. Yeah.
Is it the one that loses his cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that like and he's-
Crow's in the... No, that's Quirrell.
No, that's that's
Oh, a bit of Quirrell about him too.
a little bit actually.
Yeah.
Snape. All right, so
Okay,
it looks
let's
like
just go
all
with-
of the Harry Potter characters combined.
Let's just say like background Hogwarts professor that we never got to see.
Yeah.
That's your vibe, Lee. All right.
All right, throw in another one, Luke.
This one I genuinely have no idea. It's from Allison. She sent a picture of herself. She has, for audio listeners, red and blue Harley Quinn-esque hair.
Yeah.
However, she's tanned.
Yeah.
Doesn't have like the pale trait that Margot Robbie or the character Harley Quinn would have.
Yeah, I said she looks like Maya Rudolph if she fucked a gummy bear.
That felt like an absolute drive-by at the end. She looks a bit like Maya Rudolph. What is the
Mixed with a gummy bear.
You mean because she has coloured hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely rocking a troll doll haircut.
I could have just said if she dyed her hair. I realize now that the gummy bear line is a little bit far. It's a little bit far.
As a gummy bear, why does she have to fuck the gummy bear, dude?
Well, it just looks like the offspring of those two.
It's true.
Like, it looks like the product of what would happen. Oh, it's more like the Sour Patch. You know the two-color Sour Patch kids? How one's got blue on the top, one's got pink at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's more what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Now, we did have concerns that were flagged
Yeah.
by me,
Yeah.
also overruled by me,
Yeah.
that this segment would get mean.
Yeah. I think
We've achieved
it's
mean
that.
status. I think I achieved that at Augustus Gloop. Please vote below if you'd like
Oh
us
my
to
God.
continue destroying people's feelings on this podcast. I personally am a big fan of this segment. Can I do one more before we wrap up?
Yeah,
I'll
one
just
more.
quickly
One
get
more.
through
Quickly,
it.
go on.
Hamish sent one in from the Discord. He's clearly at the, I was going to say races. He's definitely at the Greyhounds.
He's at
It's
the
even
Greyhound
worse. He looks
racing.
like he's at the Dapto Dogs on a bender. Elon Musty. That's what that
Elon
is.
Musk.
It's Elon Musk if he fucked Ki Adi Mundi from Star Wars, which is the Jedi with the enormous head. I'm sorry, Hamish, but
Forehead guy.
no, he's
Oh my
4 head,
God.
dude. Generous 5 head. I just want to preface this with this started off with someone comparing me to Stephen Hawking, so we're not all crushing it. Yeah, great.
Oh,
So
well, that's what you get. So if you want us to roast you like we just did for everyone that we just had,
this was supposed to be assigning people doppelgangers.
send in your shit.
It ended up being doing the thing that you're told not to do growing up, which is don't judge someone by their appearance. Phoebe's hating this. She doesn't condone this segment at all.
We'll literally judge it.
Don't judge a book by its cover, or do, because it's fun. It's like wet paint. You just gotta.
All right,
you know?
I'll allow. I'll allow it in the comments. You guys can roast me. What do I look like? Because I feel like Luke's been roasted enough.
No, go
I
ham.
haven't. Yeah.
Go ham on both of us.
Yeah.
We deserve it.
We do. After that, we really do
Yeah.
deserve it. So I really don't mind. Luke, I had the most insane thing happen to me in Perth like a month ago. It was the most wholesome story that I've ever had happen, and I don't think anyone can top it.
That's perfect for a wind down episode.
So yeah, I was in Coles in Perth, and walking around the aisles, and we get to one aisle, and you know those ones where it's got a massive pole in the middle of it? It's like huge, and there's like a one-way strip. Yeah. So I go to cross it, and there's this old lady on the other side, and we almost kind of like bump into each other, and I'm like, oh, sorry, and she's like, oh no, come. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went through and I'm like, thank you. And she goes, that's okay, friend. And I was
That's
like,
wholesome.
oh my God, that's so cute. That was really adorable. And so I need to preface this, she didn't know much English. So you could tell that she knew few words, but she put, that's okay, friend, in her like repertoire, which I found was really cute. So we're going around and, you know, we're meeting in other aisles. We will pass down. She's like, hello, friend. I'm like, hello. And then we get down. So I get down to the final aisle, which is the milk section.
Oh, so you're doing the supermarket in the reverse.
Yeah. No, so like she went and then I needed to get some things. The way that this Coles was mapped out was like completely all over the place. It wasn't a normal Coles. It was like 2 different aisles. It was crazy. Anyway, we get down to the milk section and I see her. I'm like, oh, she looks like she's having a little bit of a boogie. And Hound Dog by Elvis is playing over the like radio. Mm-hmm. And so she's kind of getting into it. And so I'm like, oh my God, hi friend. She's like, hi friend, you like Elvis? And I'm like, yeah, I love Elvis. And she's like, Elvis be our friend. And I'm like, yeah, Elvis be our friend. And then we both start dancing in the milk section. We're like, ain't nothing but a hound. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. All of the other people around who are like working in there were like looking at us and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to get into it as well. So we've all of a sudden made like a flash mob of people just dancing to Elvis in the milk section.
Started an Elvis
of Coles. We started an Elvis dance party. And then after, it was so cute. She just goes, thank you for dancing. She hugs me. And she goes, goodbye, friend. Hope to see you again. And then she walks away.
Oh,
and I'm
damn.
like,
That's awesome.
oh my God. I died. And I walked home. That kept me fueled for like a week after that. Like I think about that. If I'm sad, I just think about the dancing in the milk section and how happy she was. She was like, oh
I
yeah.
think the biggest takeaway from this story is never has a group of people ever enjoyed Coles radio to that extent.
No, exactly.
Before.
It's usually like they play the
should have
worst music.
Film that and put it on an ad.
Maybe it is. Maybe there's a security cam footage of us just like.
Yeah. That's great.
But I found it was so good that, you know, even though she didn't know a lot of English, the words that she chose to learn were so lovely. Like she could have just, you know, learnt the basics.
Yeah.
Like, how you going? Fuck off, you know? Like the basics.
Where's the toilet?
Yeah.
We're full.
Yeah, no.
Australian stuff.
Oh my God, you're going to get us cancelled in the first fucking episode.
I'm sorry. I have this addiction since Phoebe started working for us where I say something just inherently fucked and then I quickly look at Phoebe to see what she says. And every time she's like, oh no. I watch her job flash before her eyes every time.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I was just trying to think of, things that I heard in Queensland recently. Yeah, that's great. I love that. What was I going to say?
How wholesome is that story? How
That's
cute is
beautiful.
that?
Nothing. I've never had a nice experience in a Coles. So
I walked away from that like I thought that was that seemed like a dream. I was like, did that actually just happen? Like, did that entire scenario just unfold in a Coles in Perth? Like, what?
We should try and do that in the UK. I know we probably don't speak the language, but we'll try our best and we'll go over there and we'll just say UK things like,
hello, Puppet.
hello, Muppet, you call blimey. Or like, we'll just get into the...
I think we need to come up with nice things because I feel like if we just go to another country and start calling people Muppets, they're not going to respond the same way as friend.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, them coming here and calling someone the C-bomb. It's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a compliment. I don't think it's a compliment over there, actually.
No.
I don't think Muppet is
not.
like, I don't think you can use that at a good term.
You know what my favourite part
you bloody Muppet. Like, no way you say that is going to sound good.
Was Muppet...
Is that an actual swear word there? Or is that like a bad word there?
Well, I'm not sure. Was that term as like a phrase, like calling someone a Muppet, coined before or after the Muppets?
Oh, yeah.
Like the,
Does anyone,
the puppets.
can you check that, Tyler?
Or do you reckon like that's an old-timey thing and then they just... It's a coincidence that
like
the
where
Muppets
did
are
Muppet
called.
come from? And is it actually like a bad thing to say to someone?
Well, the Muppets are kind of like a squad of like rag.
Yeah, they're puppets.
Yeah, but they're also like ragtag kind of grungy, like, Kermit's like got his demons.
All right, well, Miss Piggy is a fucking queen, so let's not go there, all right? She's not
Isn't
ragtag.
she
She is fashionable and fancy.
Yeah, she's a diva.
She's a diva.
Is she a singer? The character
Yeah.
Miss Piggy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Jim Henson came up with the word Muppet. It's a mixture of marionette and puppet.
Oh, so it is a phrase that was coined after the Muppets.
Well, yeah, when you call someone a Muppet, I think you're just supposed to be calling them...
You're calling them like a non-person, like a puppet. Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. That's a slam.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
bad
would have
sign.
thought it would have been like dumb because puppets don't have brains.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was thinking they're just...
Like you're goofy, like you're a Muppet. Like you just exist to be funny. Like that's what you look at the Muppets.
Well,
It's like calling someone a clown. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a person there going like...
That's true. That's also weird. Are they calling them dumb or a clown? Like
How does
either
the
one.
Swedish what is the Swedish
That's
good. Yeah.
Isn't that the Banana Boat ad?
what I was
Oh
thinking.
my God.
They
They came from that. Then it started going, banana boats. It's
cool.
30 plus. Banana boat. It lasts forever and ever and ever. Banana boat.
Is that from the Muppets?
Yeah, but is it Menomina?
That's Manana. Yeah, something like that.
Menomina.
It's kind of cool learning new things on record for the world to judge you.
What a first episode. I keep forgetting that this is actually like...
Muppet lore in this episode.
I mean, dude, thank God we don't have any listeners yet. Otherwise, I would have looked pretty stupid.
Ooh, yeah, God.
My favorite part about doing this whole UK thing, we're about to go there for the first time. I've never been there, neither has Meg. About to tour there, which is cool, in March, like a few weeks.
March, yeah.
4 weeks, I don't know. We'll be taking the pod over there as well for a couple of episodes as well.
Yeah.
My favorite part is the lead up, just hearing all the lingo, or even in the comment sections, people messaging me after they buy tickets. And the most common one, and I always read it in their accent, and I can't help it. They're like, "Man, I'm buzzing to see you."
Man, I'm
absolutely buzzing, man.
Absolutely buzzing, man. I'm so excited for
I
you
read
to come
them all
to the
like
UK.
Youngblood. Like, I'm fucking buzzing, man. It's fucking Youngblood and I'm buzzing. I'm a dirty little street rag. I just don't belong unless I'm at a Luke Kidgel show. I know that, like, where's he from in the UK? Because I know they have all different accents from all
God,
around.
I hope one day he comes out and he's like, I'm actually not from the UK, man.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Russian.
Yeah.
And he's just putting it on.
I am from the Russian mafia.
Yeah, great. Well, what timestamp are we at? Are we at the 38-minute mark yet? or
Oh,
41.
damn.
Ooh, they probably dipped out during the Muppet chat if they wanted to quit.
All right,
Okay.
we've got 2 more things on our thing. We've got a board down there. I realize that no one else can see the board, and I'm just pointing.
We've already kind of covered it. We just
covered
wanted
it.
to quickly say
Yeah.
before we end the episode, thank you.
Thank you.
Listening.
If you've actually stuck by after the 38-minute mark, bloody good on ya. And thank you for sticking around.
And the real heroes will be here at episode 38.
Yeah.
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 We appreciate it. Obviously, this is new. We've been doing it behind a paywall for a fair while.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been pretty unhinged for a long time. So trying to rein it in is a little bit of a challenge for us. But
I think we did a great job.
yeah. Yeah. Now, I've got some more hectic shit to talk about on Patreon that I can't actually put out straight online. So if you wanna pop over there and see some of that content, not see, it's not hectic. Is
Not an
it's not,
OnlyFans.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like
Let's
that.
put that out there from the start.
It's not like that,
Because
yeah.
I think there is a lot of confusion with a couple doing paywall content.
Yes.
It's just us talking.
Yes.
You know.
I mean,
Happy to describe my cock.
Well, I think it's already been done in the Patreon podcast, so multiple times actually. So maybe it is.
You know,
But
you're
an
going to have to
audible-
create the visual in your head.
Yeah, it's an audible version of it.
Yeah, great. So thanks very much for listening or watching, whatever you choose. If you want to be a part, geez, the brave souls who message us the pictures of themselves during the
so
week
sorry.
after the first run of that segment, I salute you. You have great courage, and if you want to be a part of that segment, let us know. If you want to be assigned a doppelganger, we did say at the start of that segment we'd be offering you a service.
Yeah.
By the end, it was more of a vicious roasting.
It was brutal.
We will be offering let's just rephrase it. If you have too much self-esteem,
Yes.
send a picture of yourself.
We'll knock you down a few pegs.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for watching. This has been
Thank
Luke
you so
and
much.
Meg.
Just letting you know that I realized we didn't plug the other Patreon. So the other Patreon is a $15 tier that gets you behind the scenes looks at things, extra videos, there's extra content. We'll ask you about polls. You'll be a part of the questions.
There's also a little vlog from over the Christmas.
Vlogs. Yeah,
video.
yeah.
Yeah, Christmas podcast.
You'll get all of the extra content that we do,
And
which
there's
is a lot.
There's also like a bunch of other episodes from the last 2 years that we've recorded up there as well. So yeah, go check that out. We appreciate your support, and that is the end. And look, now just go wind down into the weekend.
Yeah.
Put up your feet, grab a cup of tea, and let's just relax.
I know I bloody am. This microphone's gonna fall on me again, so I'm just gonna put it there and
Have a good weekend, everybody.
chill the fuck out.
Bye.